Hi guys, it's Mrs. Santiago here, and I wanted to take a minute to go over today's lesson about Mi Plato. So if you are home, I am going to talk a little bit about what's on Schoology and then jump over to the OneNote and explain what's happening there. So as always, you should be starting your Spanish lesson in the Schoology page for today, which is Viernes Mi Plato. So, mi plato come saludable. ¿Qué hay en su plato? Well, when you look at that, you should recognize that visual from health class and from facts class. It says choose myplate.gov. This is the My Plate visual that is set out for healthy eating. So the first thing you need to do is watch this video. It is in English about Choose My Plate and why they use the My Plate visual as a good way to help you eat healthy. When you're finished with that, please watch the second video. Both of these are short. This one is in Spanish, but it's all about why you should replace your junk food for healthy food. There are a lot of visuals and a lot of cognates. After you finish watching those two, you're going to head to your OneNote page 16, Healthy Meals. And below the notes, there is a fan and pick set of 4 cards. Obviously, if you're home, you're not going to be doing a fan and pick, but you could just go ahead and answer the questions. The notes will also be on this video for page 16. And the notes look like this. Okay, after we finish, you're going to be going over to your OneNote and you're going to be working on OneNote page 17 to complete the Mi Plato assignment, which is 40 points. And I will talk a little bit more about that after we take the notes, but this is what it looks like. And down at the bottom of the Schoology page, it says, Sé inteligente come saludable. So that is actually a command. Say comes from ser, to be. So they're commanding you to be, remember the word inteligente, be intelligent, come sano. Well, sano kind of looks like the English word sane. So if they're telling you to eat sane, it means to eat healthy or eat well. I thought this one was cute with you have Grover and the little happy vegetables. All right, I'm going to now jump right over to OneNote. So on your OneNote, I'm going to start with the notes, which here we're on chapter 6, page 16, Healthy Meals Notes. So up here at the top is where I'm going to pop this video in. So I'm going to go ahead, get rid of the table of contents and make the page big. So you can see, come saludable con mi plato, eat healthy with my plate. So remember when you sneeze in class, I say salud, and in Spanish, you're not telling someone bless you, you're wishing them good health. So saludable means healthy. I'm just going to write that there so that you know. Con mi plato. Well, you've just watched 2 videos, and the cards that we were talking about are right here. It says if you're at home, please review these questions about the 2 videos, fan and pick questions. So there are 4 quadrants. You should go ahead and answer all of those. And then let's talk about some of that information. So this is the My Plate in Spanish. So you can see the biggest area is verduras. Then we have probably frutas. Up on the right, we have cereales. And then in the purple is carne y huevos. Over to the right, you see the little circle that looks like the top of your glass? That is lácteos. Remember that dairy doesn't have to be a glass of milk, right? It could be cheese that you put in that area or yogurt, anything that's a milk-based product. Muy bien. So you have 2 questions to complete here in English. My plate is a good visual because, and that information, just, bullet point out a couple of short ideas. Why is this a good visual to use? And then to create a healthy meal, ... What do you need to create a healthy meal as it relates to the My Plate visual? So please answer those 2 in English. Let's learn some Spanish vocabulary to go with this information. Well, the first one is, I'm going to make this even bigger. The first word that we're going to write in here is la And this is moving all over the place. Let me just make sure that I have set it as background. Yes, it is. So it's just me that's having trouble. Okay, so this is la comida, the food. Comida can be food or a meal. Okay, next to it. So if you want to do a healthy meal, that's the word we just saw at the top. Saludable is healthy. Okay. When we talk about junk food, there's two ways to talk about it. You can tell somebody that food is basura, which means garbage, right? You're eating garbage, basura. And in the video, and you're going to hear people call it chatarra. Notice the double R. Garbage, junk. Calling it garbage. Chatarra. Junk food. Okay. So those are the words to talk about your meal. But eating healthy is only part of it. So they also, if you want to talk about My Plate, you also have to talk about the healthy habits that you have to have. So the first one you can see says eat healthy. So if you're giving somebody the command to eat healthy, you're going to say come, which means eat. And then you're going to pull in that same word for healthy, right? Come saludable. Or again, you might say come sano. Exercise. If you want to tell somebody to exercise, in Spanish, we don't say exercise, we actually say do exercises. So, haz ejercicios. Big word. Haz ejercicios. Come saludable. What if you want to tell them to get plenty of sleep? So, what you would have to say is sleep. What's the average that they expect you to sleep, right? 8 hours. So, we're going to tell them duerme 8 horas. Sleep 8 hours. And speaking of 8, how much water should you be drinking in a day? Do you know? Actually, it should be 8 vasos. And we just learned that word vaso. So 8 vasos, to tell somebody to drink water, you would say bebe from the verb beber, and then agua. Okay, so besides come saludable, you should come saludable, haz ejercicios, bebe agua, 8 vasos diario, y duerme 8 horas. So just a couple of quick notes. Now you're going to, if you haven't already answered those questions, please answer the questions. Now we're actually going to jump over and put in some information about the next page, which is the actual assignment for Mi Plato. I'm going to get rid of the table of contents. This is a really big page that I made, so don't feel weird making it big. So this just says at the top, Mi Plato, my plate. And the instructions are right here next to the little visual of my plate. So it says Mi Plato, create your own My Plate healthy meal. Circle which meal you are creating, el desayuno, el almuerzo, or la cena. So do you want to do a breakfast meal, el desayuno, lunch, el almuerzo, or la cena? So if I chose la cena, I'm simply going to circle it. Now it says draw, or if you don't like to draw, insert clip art or any like little visuals. So insert a picture to represent the foods in each of the sections of my plate. In the boxes below, name the foods that you have in each section. So I would take this in 2 steps. First, I would either draw or go out onto Google and grab some clip art or grab some pictures and put them in the right spot. Now remember, it has to be in the right spot. So again, this would be your verduras. The one above it is your frutas. The one next to frutas is your granos. And then below that is your proteínas. And then up here is your lácteos. So make sure that you get them in the right spot. So step 1, draw or put in all of your spots. And those plate sections are worth 4 points each. So this is the first half of your grade, is creating the My Plate up at the top. So once you've created the visual for My Plate for the meal that you've chose, either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, once you've actually done that, now the second step would be in the boxes below, name the foods that you have in each section. So I made a little small one And then I started to talk about it. So if I was in the section about los vegetales, I would simply write, yo tengo los guisantes, and you can see them right here. Yo tengo los guisantes y las zanahorias. If I was talking about my fruit section, I would say, yo tengo las naranjas y la sandía, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, pretty straightforward, 4 points for each section. So here you have los vegetales, las frutas, las proteínas, los granos y los lácteos, each 4 points as well. So for example, let me just do the section I didn't do, which was my granos. So in my grain area, right up there, that is rice with some butter. So in my grain area, I would probably write yo tengo. They're all going to start with yo tengo. Yo tengo el arroz. Y I'm going to add some beans to it. So I'm going to say y los frijoles. That's all you have to do. Whatever you have in the picture, say yo tengo. That is a 4-point sentence. It's got a good conjugation at the beginning, I have, and then it correctly names the items and they're spelled right. So you're going to go ahead and do that. I think we can get this all done in 40 minutes, but if you don't, whatever you don't finish on this assignment becomes homework. If you have any questions, please let me know. Gracias.